Anyway, it's time for the mod that makes the game fast. Yeah. So basically, I'm cheating. Should I make an autosave before you die, or you just get ultra fun? You get ultra fun. Mod that deletes your saves when you open it. Oh, so the Undertale reset macro? Play Xenoblade Chronicles 3. It's true! By the way, speaking of Xenoblade, Xenoblade Chronicles 2 Nintendo Switch 2 edition came out today. Guys, they made the game playable. Guys, they made the game playable. The menus don't take 5 years to open. Field skill checks now check for all of your blades and not just the ones you have equipped. The game is playable. The game no longer looks like a bunch of fuzzy pixels. It's beautiful. The game, it has a resolution in handheld mode. Also, yesterday, I got Splatoon Raiders yesterday. So this one game still 720p. If you don't have boost mode enabled. If you have boost mode, then it will force the Switch 1 games to run like they are docked. Beginning. Raiders is really fun. I forgot how much I actually, like, enjoy single-player Splatoon. Man, I remember the brief arc I went through in September 2022 where I learned how to speedrun Splatoon 3. I remember. And then all the fun glitches got patched out. Splatoon 3, 80%. Yeah, Splatoon 3, 80% was so good. And then they patched out all the fun stuff. Raiders is so peak. Oh no, not 3-turn. Because we're referring to jail stuff? No, it's referring to the fact that my King Music mod is carrying the weight of life from Xenoblade Chronicles 3. Alright. King wishes he was as cool as Moby. True! Alright. So, what's all been happening in the Deltarune sphere recently? People have been putting the egg tree in different games, which I love this. I love it when the fandom does this. I almost didn't get that. I'm glad I was able to do my last minute. Get Undertale Museum. In Japan, of course. Yeah, they're doing an Undertale museum in Japan. I can't wait to walk into the Undertale museum and the first thing I see is Homestuck. He's gonna see a large framed picture of John Egbert. Really not helping the allegation? He really is just Thing Japan. I love Twitch. I love Twitch when it functions. Mike flashbacks.
I need someone to love me the way Toby loves Japan.
True, hi Oakley. Get yourself a partner who can love you the way Toby loves Japan. Toby really just out here living his best life. The original unredacted Papyrus notebook page. 5.5 years. Oh my god, it is. And next week, I think. Next week or the week after, it'll have been 6 years since I started streaming. I don't care. It's fucking ACWR, man. Original drawing pages from Amori for no reason. Spread my safe Ruden 4 propaganda. Vuden is free. Just ignore that I missed it. I haven't practiced in a bit. Oh my god, time. The passage of time. Together we can stop this. I fucking love Mobius. The Forever Now! Get around you to slow time down. That's not Susie. I would appreciate if this were like AB, but... There we go. Guys, Susie died. Spoilers for chapter 6? Damn, I'm sorry, guys. Susie, the final prophecy. Yeah, that's what it says verbatim. I don't know why they decided to not rhyme for the last one, but, you know, I respect the creative choice. Alright, good luck at work. This is a really funny theory because most of it's correct except Sans being Ness. Yeah? It's like Map had out all the pieces, we just didn't know that Deltarune existed. Toby had to be sweating seeing that shit, and then he saw the... he fucking like was like breathing a sigh of release when he saw the Ness, when he just saw Sans' Ness. Okay, yeah, I know I'm missing this. Cause I fucking... Guys, I'm not playing perfectly. Guys, I'm washed. Santa's literally Ness. Yeah. Basically, he had all the right pieces. It's just, you know, we didn't know that, we just didn't know that Deltarune existed. This isn't necessarily true. For one to be clean, for one to be clean, they must first be washed. I think Socrates said that or something, IEK man. Or maybe it was Freud. Dude, but lore, true! Whoa, nice DBS. It's Dr. Sigmund from... Dude, are you real? Dude, I think I am. That's actually some pretty solid evidence. René Descartes! Have you seen that Thrash Machine head? Thank you for good luck. Like, really early in the time, like, to keep consistent. I want to say, like... Because MapPad did, like, one theory, when Deltarune theory after the original. And I think he gendered Chris correctly during it. Because, like, obviously not during the first one. Like, the one he made after Chapter 1. I want to say the one he made right before 3 and 4 gendered Chris correctly, because I remember people not complaining about it. Being more correct about FNAF lore than Matt. Randomly rewind back to the fight Susie right after you beat it. Stuck in a time loop. And that one friend who's too time loop pilled. Oh man, I got yesterday to do tomorrow. Susie time loop theory. In stars and time. Singing to fly flush at all who misgender. True! The outright lying. I mean, to be fair, there is a question mark next to one ending on the Steam page. I still don't believe that, like, because this was going around based on a YouTube poll of how many endings there's gonna be or whatever. I still think that, like, at most we're getting 2 endings. I don't think we're getting 3 endings. Like people have been saying. We're getting 2 endings. At most, I feel. Yeah, but isn't that FAQ, like, that part of the FAQ unchanged since 2018? Dude, guys, did you fucking see that? You see? All of the spades just were out of the So one ending is really terrifying now? Yeah. Weird route soft lock theory. I don't like I said, like, realistically, I can still see one ending. I think we're probably getting 2. I do not think we're getting 3, which was the most popular option voted. You see, it's one thing if you believe that aborted weird route will be its own unique route. Like, it's one thing, like, you know, I can see that, especially if you abort at chapter 5. But, like, me saying that it's gonna have its own unique ending, I think that's another thing entirely. Yeah, there's a difference between routes and endings. Just look at Neutral. Just look at Neutral and Undertale. It is one route with, like, 80 different endings, technically. Okay, it's closer to, like, what, like, 10 branches? Eight, I think, actually. I think it's 8 branches. Because this is ACWR, just buy and sell the revivement. Wait, no, go back in. Very important. Okay, and then... There we go. Tricky Tony, who isn't actually tricky very... I think he's being a little bit coy with one ending, but, you know, not, like, outright lying. I think he's being a bit coy about it. No, right. At most, he's, like, lying through omission, you know? Kind of shows the people assuming that everything is ever written on the spot. It kind of shows through the people who think that that Mike is supposed to be like an attack on the fan base, and not just like, you know, playful jazz, like, you know, a bit of ribbing, you know, good lighthearted fun. The mic room showed me that Toby just loves the fan base. Like, those are the types of jokes you can only make, like, when you're, like, lightheartedly, like, ribbing people, you know? Like, having a bit of good fun. Okay, casual 6 red. Also, I wasn't able to respond to this because, King. But I will say, I do think the people who say choosing not to continue after getting a game over is an ending, I choose to say those people, like, are at least onto something. Because I definitely think there is a reason that choosing to give up, that you even have, like, one, that you even have the option in the first place. You know, considering that in Undertale, you know, it just booted you back to your last save. You know, just like how choosing to continue does. But, like, I do think there is a very deliberate reason that choosing to give up, you know, closes the game. Or, you know, puts you back to chapter select on console. I do think there is a very deliberate reason for that. Yeah, it still closes the game entirely. Submitting this stage EQ 2027. All chapters weird route? Probably not. All chapters weird route. ACMR glitched, maybe, definitely chapter 5. And then he's roaring it. Yeah. Like, you know, choosing not to continue after getting a game over is, you could say that's like, you know, it's not an ending in the traditional sense, but you can say that it's like an ending, you know. You can't, but I was putting quotation marks around an ending. Like, I do think that the game over being the way it is with Darkness Falls is, like, deliberate, like, beyond just, you know, aura. This chapter 1 was ass. Even say you've reached in it. Yeah, oh yeah, true. I forgot about that. I forgot about the Gaster game over text in chapter 1. Because, like, who the fuck is dying in chapter 1? Just kidding. I know about I know people died at Jevil. They will be called meat and can. True! I'm truing so hard. Something I heard was ass. You know what I mean? Yeah. And I mean, like, the whole thing with Darkness Falls as well, like, you know, that's, like, it's definitely the way it is for a reason. I remember that thing also, with, like, the Darkness Falls thing was also brought up in device theory. I think that's where I first heard it. That's where I was, like, I remember hearing that when I was first watching device theory, and I was like, wow, that's a really good point. Hey y'all, Chris here. Get around to watch Device Theory. Device Theory is definitely one of those things where, like, you still have to, like, remember its context as well, because it's still wrong about some things. You know? Like, you know, device theory isn't, like, 100% perfect, you know. It is a very good theory that still holds up extremely well for something that came out in the Chapter 2 era. Like, for something that, like, was started in, like, what, 2023, finished in 2024? Like, the fact that it still holds up that well 3 chapters later. What was happening to your computer yesterday? NVIDIA. But yeah, like the Vice theory is really good. It's not perfect. Didn't have all the pages by the time the series was finished. Yeah. Because Spamton Sweepstakes Part 2 was literally, like, weeks before 3 and 4. The Vice series was long finished at that point. But I still think the Vice theory is worth giving a watch. If anything, just, like, you can watch the first 2 parts for, like, the game analysis. Like, that's the part that I think is, like, still really well held up. Like, the actual, like, meta-analysis of Chapter 1 and 2. Oh. Oh, I almost got 2-turn. I almost got 2-turn, but I mismenued. I forgot Rude Buster went first. Forgot Rude Buster went first. You in that fight with violence? Yes. Rosso does. Alright, CWR, so we got... Does Flower, you get more HP if you fight? Wait a sec. That beat drop in the game still fucking peaked? Yeah. The fucking Cyberfield intro beat drop, it's one of the most we are so fucking back moments ever. When I was playing Chapter 2 for the first time, that moment was when, like, I really realized Deltarune is a game that is coming out. That is, like, is being worked on, you know? The Garden Hopes and Dream intro was so peak, but only because I immediately recognized it being the Insane in the Rain cover. So weird to think of how far we've come. Yeah, I know. Chapter 3, also, like, Chapter 3 and 4, like, exist in, like, a weird limbo state for me in terms of my knowledge, where it's, like, Chapter 1 and 2, I know so much about them. I know them, like, perfectly. Like, I have them basically memorized, like... like, you know, in Chapter 5, obviously, still new, so I'm still learning stuff, you know, I'm still not familiar with everything. In Chapter 3 and 4, it's, like, some sort of in-between state, you could say. Clopen. We were with Chapter 1 and 2 for longer than we had Undertale alone. Oh my god, you're right. Nightmare, 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 nightmare. And now they'll turn to this soon. The game will probably just be barely done by then. Yeah. Let's purpose the reset so we can be at the bottom of the room when we finish this. So we can leave immediately before the plot has time to update. Because we want to get SR in action. Because, you know, the game crashes otherwise. The game soft locks otherwise at Snowgrave. But we also don't want to get rid of, we don't want to, like, progress the plot. Look at, hi Jack, thank you for good luck, buddy. The 11 years. I can't take the 11 years line seriously anymore. I just think, he says 11 years Deltarune Gaster Prophecy. Rare music, that just happens for some reason. When you do double DJs. I don't know why. Okay, one more. Blech. I'm gonna go save. Spends the last when you buy it. Also, you know, my money is on screen because it's a shop menu that opens up, so I just see my money go down. I had everything. Very good luck. Anyways, who's ready for some partial snow games? Things are about to get a little weird. Alright, first. Snogger! Yeah. I got the important ones. Okay! I love Scyther menu. Wait, true. Jack! Guy, Jack! Now I'm thinking about that fucking, I sent this in my Discord server. Someone, so you know the guy who did the fucking, but I thought Alfie's was a girl? The guy who did that did a reaction to, like, the Amazing Digital Circus, fucking, during the scene where, in the finale where Jax puts on the bow, he just, like, just quietly says, "Girl Jax." Went a bit too far over. I just love the way he just says, "Girl Jax." Floridan PNG tuber. Remember when Pink Ribbon was good? I mean, it still is good in Chapter 2. Alright, since we have Thorn Ring, we don't need to... add the pink ribbon. Please, God, no. The two things I don't want them to do at all. I don't want them to touch Pink Ribbon in Chapter 2, and I don't want them to change Red Buster, Rude Buster timing in Chapter 1 and 2. Queen is already annoying enough as is with damage rolls. If you had to now factor in fucking timing your interpresses, like, no. We would all be down patching for that. Yes, we are down patching if that happens. Or just running on demo. Thank you for your luck. The reason we had to do double DJs was because we needed this. Snowgrave would not work if we didn't have inaction, because it's looking specifically for what's in the 5th slot. Okay! Oh my god! 1726! Would you almost see it? Piano skip patch or no piano skip patch? The illusion of free choice. 5 more years of Is Birdly a Boss discourse. You know, it was definitely annoying at the time, but, like, I look back fondly on the all bosses debate, because, like, the Is Birdly a Boss debate was definitely a highlight in FLB history. That was so funny. Like, I don't know, something about the all bosses debate was just really funny. Like, people were going ride or die on a category they weren't even going to run. I love speedrun polls. People will, like, get so heated about something they don't even plan to do. Like, you know, just like, you know, we had the poll recently for, like, what to do about 1 through 4 all chapters, you know. It was the site, you know, we were going to put them in a spreadsheet. I would just like to point out, almost everybody who voted for the other option, which was just archiving the category, almost every person who had voted for that hadn't run all chapters. No 1 in 20, why bother? Or people, yes. Almost like everybody who was like almost all of the all chapters runners voted for spreadsheet. Like, you know, I just find it funny, you know? Banger dumpy skip. All right, lock in. $50. Bang. Bang. Easy fight. 4 babies. Yeah, it's a shame this game is just so easy. Birdley's dead. Who? You know, I need to run ASC at some point. get to do Chapter 4 aborted weird route. And thank you very much. Wow. Yeah. Woo! All the way to the shampoo, baby. "100% shower run." Anyways, time for the most interesting part of Chapter 2, the part where it isn't interesting. And we just watch cutscenes happen. Yo, chat, does anyone remember, does anyone remember when I, would open TCG Pocket Packs during the end of Chapter 2 runs? Anyone remember those days? Because I always streamed, I just happened like constantly be streaming at the time where my packs would become available. It's a shame I don't play that game anymore. I remember when this was the end of the run. When this music mod actually made sense. God, it's crazy how fucking all chapters Weird Route Glitched is about as long as a Chapter 5 80% run. Also, the Chapter 2 time here, the Chapter 2 time here, like, you know, add the 30 seconds from different end timing, is like a minute faster than my actual SG Glitch PB. Experiencing the Chapter 2 cliffhanger back when Chapter 2 first dropped was crazy. Alright. Chris doesn't eat food. They only eat moss and pie. Hey, they eat toast in chapter 5. If you grab it and don't give it tutorial or Asgore. This is why all items is the best category, because Chris gets to eat toast. Oh yeah, and they Osmos ice cream as well. They're eating. I'm so proud of them. I'm so proud of my vessel. Face holding back tears. Plays track so much in chapter 5. Well, I mean, it's a good track. I like the song. I'm glad it plays more. I'm glad it wasn't just a one and done chapter song. From now on, so yeah, that was a lot. They're gonna bring it back in chapter 6. And it's only gonna be in chapter 4 and chapter 6. Of course. Good bit. I will say, to be fair, JRPGs have had songs labeled as Battle 2 that only play in specific areas for, like, you know, normal encounters. Like, that is a pretty common thing. To just have a new encounter theme for a bit, and then go back to the old one. All 3 Xenoblade games, like, the 3 Xenoblade Chronicles games do this. I don't know about X, because I haven't played X. Doesn't Pokemon do this sometimes? With wild battle themes? Heart Gold Soul Silver, technically. Gen 2, because of Kanto. You love Kanto, you love Kanto. You are going to play again. 3 new. Oh my god, that barely made it. Bang! Toby will pick a random Siva Gunner Rude Buster Rip and bam, that's the song. Cinema. Yeah, jump throwing is such aura whenever I remember I can do it. How do you like my green room? It's my drone. Chapter 5 is just a vocal stem farm. Oh, you too. I got updated. Did they fix Nice Hat? Did they fix the hat? A wild East skip. Why did I do this? Streamer, are you stupid? Or it's all part of the plan, chat. No board 2. It's called forgetting. Bro. Bro. There we go. I went on full autopilot there, just so you guys know. More gold. Lowered in oh no. Oh, how will this affect the Geno economy? Deltarune Path was also made cheaper. Again? play it until 2021. Cleaning is guaranteed after 2 failed attempts now. I see. But did they fix the nice hat? Because it's supposed to give you 2 more defense on easy mode when you get it. Not mentioned at all. Good bit. They just forgot. I'm crying. If somehow Wild E-Skip exists, I will go back to running yellow if somehow this creates Wild E-Skip. Just because of how much of a meme that was. The Undertale Yellow devs have forgotten about Nice Hat. Oh, that's neat. So there's a 213. It's just supposed to be a play on like the common password of 123. Alright, give me a
Hello L1T3R4 Legio 43D person
It's so amazing.
3v3R guest.
Man, TDS does not like Terezi.
1 now 1 GHT now greater than.
Alright, I'm looking at the patch notes. You can now pause the chemistry mixing puzzle by pressing the menu button. Damn. 1984. I'm literally looking at the patch notes right now. Alright, 1. Upon starting a new game, you can now select the difficulty. Alright. They had to add a disclaimer saying the game is fan-made. I guess they aren't taking they are taking no chances after the fucking Sebastian Wolf incident. Yeah, that is fair. Let's unpack. Yellow rejected by Mr. Plays Starlo. Someone accidentally thinks GTY. Yeah, that makes sense. Alright, 1, 2. Anyways, Undertale Yellow update in the big 26 was not on my bingo card. They already said, yeah, they did. Couldn't have done it like early this year, so it could have been when I played the game, replayed the game casual. 1-2-1, okay. I was so expecting a 99 right there. God, it would be so fucking funny if somehow we get Wild E skip. It would be so fucking funny. Undertale Yellow is fun. Don't let Twitter convince you otherwise. Sounds hard. Do you think she got embarrassed? Undertale Yellow really helped me through a rough patch in my life. So, like, Undertale Yellow will always be special in my heart. It did a lot for me. And, like, being on the couch for Kyoshi's GDQ run, highlight of the year, of that year. I don't even care that that one fucking shit stain was there. And so I'm sure you will need it. Yeah, I'm really gonna need help. I'm really gonna need help for Saw, guys. Yeah, of course. I hate it when that happens. Luckily, this isn't like that hard of an encounter. Luckily, it's a one turn. There's no one else there. God, shout out to, this was like a few weeks ago. I was trying to send the couch picture, except, you know, I, obviously, marked, them out of it. And then, like, the picture broke. Like, it just refused to send on Discord. What's the opposite of Gaster IRL feeds? That was so funny. The image just refused to send. W flip background. I love Growth Spurt. Scream if you love Growth Spurt. Ah! Growth Spurt, Undertale AU. What that is to me, uh-huh. Finding it, like, finding Undertale AU comics that, like, actually properly, from, like, you know, early Undertale fandom, so, like, you know, 2016, 2017, that actually properly characterize everyone is, like, crazy. Oops. I like accidentally. My finger twitched. One, two, three, four. Bang. Just to see the new Martlet sprites. Cute. You know, low key, like I haven't really brought it up, but like ever since I finished like, you know, the Undertale Retro Achievements Mastery, like ever since I finished that, I low key have kind of want to do some Undertale runs at some point. Low key. Wow, escape doesn't work. Womp womp. Man. Or phew. You know what's funny? I'm like, the decreased encounter rates definitely suck for Geno, so I think like down patching is probably optimal for Geno. But like I feel like the decreased encounter rates are gonna be huge for a neutral and TP. In terms of just like making things more consistent. Only by Toxic Axe. Love 20 TP is so fucking goofy. If I says correctly, the decreasing counter rate is only after fleeing or sparing. So not fighting? Okay. I guess that's just something to test. You do have a different way of encounter spawning in Geno. So Undertale Yellow has like handles its encounters differently just in general. So you know, way in Undertale is, you know, you have a step count, it picks like, yeah, some like roll some like random, I don't remember the specifics, but you know, get a random encounter, and then like you have like a buffer before you can get another encounter in Undertale. And it's basically just so that you aren't constantly getting random encounters while you're in like a puzzle room or something. In Undertale Yellow, there are, what, it's 11 or 12 different step counts, I think, that the game just chooses at random for you to get an encounter. And there's no buffer. Alleged 1 in 9, by the way. Alleged 1 in 9! Huh. Twice, by the way. Twice. I can't, man. I fucking can't. I'll need to give the new stuff new sprites a look at some point. So I'm gonna use it up. I would assume what, like, weren't his sprites beforehand like the exact same as the demo? Like him and Clover. Guys, the night. It's the night. It's the night. And clearly, you know, I'm talking about my split background. A knight roars. Is the pure vessel the roaring knight? Yes. And invest now. Invest in pure vessel knight theory now. Oh, I just saw some of the, I was just browsing around. I just saw some of the new Martlet sprites. Wait, these are so good. Oh my god. All right. Wait. I'm just thinking, I don't know, I'm just like thinking the fucking, am I LGBT? I did. Wait, so if Chris non-binary, They, them. Am I LG? I can't. Wait, bangin' sermon. Wait, does that mean sermon? My man! Clarivore who drew dog food. You know, it has occurred to me that, like, in a month and a half, Undertale is going to be 11 years old. The 11th anniversary stream. Oh, I wonder what you just saw. Cute. I'll need to get a look at some more of them later. Maybe after, you know what? Maybe after the run. You know, because I was looking in the UTY speedrun server, and there's already updated the auto masher mod, so can quickly run through Dark Ruins and Snowden. Does timing start on selecting your difficulty now? I'm gonna have to discuss this with Kyoshi and Jade. I'd say probably yes, but we need to... Okay, no, okay. If it still does the white fade, then yes. I think my main concern was, like, if it, like, was, like, a different amount of time. It was changes in YouTube. There has been for a while. There's easy mode, which just gives you a flat +3 to your defense. It was tucked away in the options menu. It was a toggle before. But yeah, for those of you who are unaware, I used to be a big Undertale Yellow speedrunner. That used to be my main game for like a pretty long time, about like 8 months. Wrong screen. Yeah, I'll need to check the update out. If I'm feeling it after this run, we can do that. Get the holiday pencil. Oh my god! December! December! I am the Find Your Dodge girl. Accidentally did the exact scream. Amazing. You're being more secure than the gift box. Fuck, these things gonna make me black out for approximately 5 minutes. No! You should really get that checked out, you know? Guys, what is she talking about? I don't know. That's not the Floridan ring, is it? It's Shajeltered. They timed that so perfectly with the fucking me. Damn, I didn't know it was that serious. This Shajelter shit is serious. It's snow. That's gonna leave a mark. I think it's new. They're right behind me, aren't they? And you see just trash can as a darkener. You get there in Chapter 6 aborted SPEEDRUN, and it's just a fucking corpse. Think we'll get another crash out in Chapter 7? Yeah. God, I cannot imagine the type of cliffhanger we're gonna get in Chapter 6. I don't think they're having choir practice. Entered the shelter and immediately cuts the credits. I can see that. I can see that. Do-do-do-do-do-do. Or, hey, Chris, for betraying them, I'm never going to emotionally recover. Yep. Have you guys seen that one comic, like for a prediction where Chris just tells everyone that the soul was making them work for the night, and then they only give you the option to agree with it? It'd be so fucking funny. How could the... Literally just doing Kara made me do it. Insert your Undertale data.win here. Please look at the Wii U gamepad. Yippee! Have to be released simultaneously. I kind of prefer Chapter 6 on its own. Just because I want to be able to sit with that Chapter 6 cliffhanger. Despite how agonizing it will be, I want to sit with it. Bang. I saved like half a second. Yeah, I really want Chapter 6 to drop on its own. Because, like, sitting with that cliffhanger is going to be an amazing experience. It's going to be agonizing, but it's going to be amazing. I'm looking forward to the Chris chorus. Praying that they them citations breaks 100 in Chapter 7. True! How many are we at right now? I can't remember. $70-something? Alright. We can make it. Come on, Toby. I can't believe they betrays us. Good going 100. True. Sigh. Chapter 6 releases on June 6th. It's thematic and hilarious. If it released on my fucking birthday. There we go. Opens on Azrael showing. Oh, I would explode. Honestly, you know, I'm just saying, Chapter 7, October 31st, 2028, on the 10th anniversary of Chapter 1, cinema. Hi, Lance. Hearing pizza boxes at the burning apartment, it'd be so funny. I love you all chapters, Jackenstein. Bum 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 bum. He's old, by the way. Rage baiting a valuable lesson. That really is kind of just what he does in this chapter when you think about it. He's just rage baiting Susie into being a better person. That's glitched. Wrong work state. Bang! me when I wanted to be won over, but wasn't. Good cycle, good cycle, good cycle. Good cycle. Bad side. Oh, hi, Benny. I didn't know you were in here. All right. Of course. Rage bait. Rage bait. Rage bait, wrong warp chain. Sigh. I love piano skip. Any day now. Any day now. We got 3, 2, 1, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. Guys, piano skip will be patched right now. And now. Alright, time to do the swag warp. Damn, I missed it. Damn. Sigh, we don't get to see the funny. All right. Guys, do you think they're gonna patch piano skip? Right. Hi, Benny. Patch already dropped. Yeah, it patched in real time. Guys, why did Susie make a fountain? Is she the knight? We need to inform Jaru of this. Phew, what a nice second sanctuary. I'm gonna see if I can let Benny out real quick. The orange car has been freed. He has been freed from his prison. Damn. Alright. Man, this middle section of Chapter 4 sure is just a whole lot of nothing. Grr, how did this game do things such as progress the plot and have character development? Lordheads from Chapter 5. No senses here. Nothing to do. Nothing to do. Definitely is not a Chris. Definitely is not a parallel to Chris at all. Nope. Event Horizon, yes. I love you, 8-3. Me win Disintegration Loop. It messes with my P rank sense. I surprisingly didn't take that long to get a P rank on it. Now my splits are messed up. Forgot to add extra splits. Forgot to add an extra split. We got all recruits. Nope. The only way Jackenstein dies is if you either have recruited nobody or have used violence. You know, have like lost a recruit. Yeah, there's only like a few things locked behind all recruits. It's like Chapter 2 All-Stars, the extra Lightner's Live stuff in Castletown, Trashy Trio. I guess My Funky. I guess Castle Funk. I guess counts. Although, does Castle Funk still play if you don't get all the recruits in Chapter 4? No? Okay. In every chapter before the current one. Okay. I wasn't sure if it was just specifically for, like, 1 through 3 or just all recruits in general. We're doing it really the next few chapters are more like it. As, like, I guess, games... Like, you know, in terms of, like, the actual gameplay, I want Chapter 6 and 7 to be closer to Chapter 5. But I guess tone-wise, closer to Chapter 4. I don't want Chapter 6 and 7 to be cutscene simulators. Chapter 4 can definitely feel like a cutscene simulator at times. Not as bad as Chapter 2, specifically the end of Chapter 2, but, you know. There are definitely, large chunks of nothing. Hello? Why did that happen? No one else says she can do anything Chris tells her to. Mm-hmm. I can't get over that last year when someone was talking about how Rosso suddenly floating just was proof that he was evil or something. Right as, oh my god, insane timing. I always gotta lock in for climbing. All right. Titan time. Lock in. Yeah, okay. We kind of fucked on this one, but... we go anyways. At least I fucking didn't get hit. At least I skipped the fucking final attack. Huh. Titan moment. Huh. That's fine. Contact for New Rock by the Water split name. FRLG the IPS. First in SSS in all chapters. True! I can't wait to hit this in ACWR. First try, you know? You just got it. Three new! It kind of sucks that I was only able to afford one healing item for Titan. If I had an extra Rhapsody, it would have been fine. We can't launch Wordle on Discord, damn. Well, clearly that just means you have to play Wordle through Deltarune with the... every time you enter a room, you have to play a Wordle. That mod it would be really funny. Well, I was like exactly on the mark with my 225 estimate. It's like I got out of Titan. I was like just internally thinking, I think this is a 225. It might be a 226, but still. It's definitely like in the high 225 to low 226 range. Insert Wordle Chapter 7 Side B. Damn. Wordle weird route. That's not the word ring, is it? Weirdle? Okay, at 225. So that means this is probably going to be about a 232, I think? Yeah, that sounds about right. Because, like, Chapter 7 Weird Route's about 7 minutes, so... Chapter 7! I meant to say Chapter 5, god damn it. Shit, I broke my NDA. Think about how ass this Chapter 3 was, that fucking Tenna. Alleged 1 and 9. What did it see? Like this bound character. I still love you, Never Ending Night. Okay, guys, you know, I just kind of thought about this, but, how much do you want to bet that Chapter 5 was originally going to use Until Next Time as the credits theme, but then Toby came up with the post-credits scene idea and switched to using the piano collection Field of Hopes and Dreams? Just so that it would fit over the whole thing? I don't know why that thought just popped into my head. Until nexter time. Alright, plug in the controller. It is absolutely vital. Plug in the Switch 2 Pro-Con. Alright. Well, you know what they say. Let's play Mario Party 1. Do the thing, what thing? Bang. Oh, with the control stick. Surely you can get it before the first text box, right? I guess if you want to sacrifice your palms to the spin god, to the Mario Party gods. Weren't there tears on Chris's bed in this route? You're getting confused with their shadow. I noticed this because people were saying they had tears on the bed in the route, but no, it's just their shadow. Because it disappears when they get up. Bum bum ba-dum bum 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 Oh my god, we got the bread! My all-item speedrun! We did it! Had like 4 seconds of the song, yep. I love Happy Town. Black screen. Because last input is kind of hard to judge. Ding, ding, ding. Long shoot. I text in parentheses here. It's because she's thinking it. But you know, we can read it. And she knows we can read it. Man, I sure hope Noelle's trauma dumping has a cool beat to it. Oh, hell yeah. You know, I know, like, a lot of people want, like, the Weird Route songs on the OST. You know, like, you know, before, like, you know, I wanted it for, like, you know, like, City Alt and shit. But, like, now I want it just for Happy Town. Yeah, she learned we could hear her thoughts when we told her it's new. And the soundtrack at the end of his OST. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking with Weird Route. It would just be a shame for Happy Town to, like, just not be on the OST. Chapter 7, like, making a whole Weird Route only album. We get to have the Deltarune Side B album. That would go kind of hard, right? Well, the full flashback soundtrack contains Gaster's theme. This isn't already Gaster's theme? This is already Gaster's theme? Like... I've been thinking Flashback had Gaster's theme in it since fucking 2021. All right. Time to destroy my hands. Can we pivot to some shadow crystals? True. There is a new chapter by the lake. You love hometown. It's the same as you remember. Huh. Man. Nice Weird Route PB, also. Chapter 5 Weird Route PB. Huh. Oh. Yeah, nice world record. That dog-ass Chapter 3.